Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going over, I think, what is the last pair of boots, unless I missed some. It is known as the Marrowwalk Boneweave boots. Now the Marrowwalk Boneweave boots are absolutely amazing for a summon Necromancer, and can be good for non-summon Necromancers as well. And the reason why is because they have a very nice effect of plus to skeleton mastery. So if you are any kind of Necromancer who would really like to get a nice effect from the skeletons, it is absolutely amazing to get that extra bonus to the skeleton mastery. So let's go over these, and right off the bat there you'll see they have 202 defense, which I believe can be as high as 204, I think, at maximum. They have 20% faster run walk, which of course is nice. 40% would be nicer, but 20% is okay. Mr. NiNi's taking a nap in my shirt. That's why it looks like I have an alien in there. We also have a 118 strength requirement on these, which is a little high for a Necromancer. Necromancers don't really tend to go that high on strength. And we do have a level requirement of 66, which does make these more toward the end game on boots. We have 20% faster run walk, plus 2 to skeleton mastery, which is really the main thing that Necromancers love to use when it comes to this. It does vary from 1 to 2, so it is unfortunately something you will find in a kind of a poor state at only plus 1. So do keep your eyes out for a plus 2 pair of skeleton mastery boots. We also have 170 to 200% on the enhanced defense, which is not bad. It does vary by that 30%. We have 15 to strength, which does vary from 10 to 20, so it goes as high as 20. We have dexterity of plus 17, which of course will help you with your block chance if you're trying to build that on a Necromancer. But really, that plus 20 strength, I think, is the money maker there. We also have regenerate mana 10%, which is of course very welcome for a Necromancer. Heal stamina plus 10%, which we don't really care about, and have freeze duration, which hopefully we have some form of cannot be frozen, so also a non-stat. It also has a level 33 Bone Prison charges, which is pretty amazing and has some very interesting uses. A little while ago, I did a video on Mavina's set, and in Mavina's set, there was a character who actually killed the Ubers utilizing Mavina's set and these boots. They were able to cast the life tap charges, and they were also able to cast the Bone Prison to hold the Ubers in place, which makes these relatively awesome boots for an Amazon. And just to show off the effect on these, let's go outside town real quick, and I will cast the Bone Prison, and we will also cast the Bone Tap just for fun. Now, these effects are actually really nice on a non-Necromancer, and that's kind of like the real beauty of these, is that you can cast these on any character to lock something in place. And as you can see, level 33 Bone Prison is going to give you a really nice effect of 3,913 life. The monsters are pretty much just stuck in there. And like I said, you could also cast the life tap charges on them, which of course heals 50% of any physical damage that is done. And it has a rather large radius of 10 yards with 42.2 second duration. So pretty nice. So if you cast that onto the targets, you'll get a very nice life tap ability, which will help keep you alive for a certain duration. And this was how the Amazon was able to use full Mavina's set to be able to pull that off. And I got a freaking Talrash's Fine Spun Cloth. This is online, by the way. This is not an offline character. Free Talrash's Fine Spun Cloth. Thank you. This character is built for Magic Find after all, so it's understandable. Now, when it comes to these particular boots, they can be utilized on other characters as well. Like I said, if you need Bone Prison, if you need life tap charges, they can definitely help you out. The plus to strength and the plus to dex can also be very useful to help you put on equipment. You may be in a situation where you just need some of that sweet plus strength and dex to put on a particular sword or a shield or an armor, and this can help you get to that configuration. Now these are already elite items, and the kick damage on these, by the way, is 69 to 118 if you wanted to use these on an assassin. Maybe you are looking at them a little bit nicer now that you see that they have life tap charges and Bone Prison. You can maybe utilize those in your Uber runs to lock down certain targets. Like for instance, you could lock down Diablo, Pandemonium Diablo, while you're fighting, Mephisto, or you can't lock down Bale because he teleports, But you could lock down Mephisto and Diablo, and then you could work on Baal by himself, and then you could take out Mephisto and Diablo later. It's kind of an interesting way that you can do things with these boots, thinking outside the box, as it were. You know, I mean, here's a pair of boots that has 2 very nice charge effects on them, and you can utilize them in certain ways. Let's go see how much it costs to repair these charges, shall we? So let's go over to Chelsea, and we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to see. So we got 2 charges missing off Bone Prison and 2 charges missing off Life Tab, and that will be a total of 70,000 to repair those. Interesting. Let me go grab some money out of my stash. I've got plenty stored away. There we go. Now our charges are completely full. So not bad. I think Marrowwalks are a very nice pair of boots, and if you find them with the +2 Skeleton Mastery, they could be useful for a Necromancer. And if you find them without the +2 Skeleton Mastery, they can still be useful for a character who would need Life Tap charges or Bone Prison. That can literally be the difference between life and death in certain situations. Now, let's take a look at one other thing here, and that is an old bug that used to occur with these particular boots. So for some reason or another, back when they were first added into the game, they gave you level 33 Bone Prison charges, right? Well, for some reason or another, it acted as if you actually had level 33 Bone Prison and gave you a massive amount of damage on your Bone Spear. Now, this has since been fixed, but I felt like it would be fun to mention it. So imagine, if you will, you notice that you get a 7% damage bonus per level of Bone Prison, and it was counting as if you had level 33 Bone Prison, which was giving you 33 times 7%, which was a very, very nice, 33 times 7 is 231% damage bonus, just for equipping the boots. Now, they have, of course, patched this bug out, and it was referred to as the Marrowwalk bug. So, very interesting. I did not get a chance to abuse this bug myself, so very sad. I got a chance to look at a lot of other bugs in Diablo, but I guess I just completely missed out on this one particularly. Must have been playing my Paladin or Sorceress at the time. I did switch and swap back and forth a lot between Amazon, Paladin, Sorceress, and all sorts of interesting characters. So where would you potentially find a pair of Marrowwalks if you wanted to look for them? Well, let's go over to Silo's Pen, and let's take a look and see what kind of zones we can go to find ourselves a pair of Marrowwalks. So we've got Marrowwalk boots here. Bink. This is a relatively high pair of boots, so let's assume we have at least 150% magic find, and we are going to look at bosses. So as you can see here, on a non-quest kill, Diablo in Hell has a 1 in 1,994. Or 1,194. Baal's not too bad either in Hell difficulty, but he's a little bit difficult to farm because you have to kill all his waves. Mephisto in Hell might be your best choice there at 1 in 1,410. And let's take a look at super uniques as well. And so for super uniques, we're looking at Bonebreaker in the Crypt has a pretty decent chance. That's Act 1, so he's relatively easy to get to. He's right there next to Bloodraven. You could kill Bloodraven too while you're at it. Stormtree is relatively easy to get to. He is in the beginning of Lower Kurost. You can take the Lower Kurost waypoint, teleport down. Corpse Fire in the Den of Evil, pretty good chance. We also have Infector of Souls, Lord Decease, and Grand Visor of Chaos, all pretty good chances. So when you go kill Diablo, pretty good chance they can drop from them. Eldritch the Rectifier in Hell difficulty, Shank the Overseer in Hell difficulty, Doc Farron in Hell difficulty, Pindleskin in Hell difficulty, and Thresh Socket in difficulty. So there's your little killing chain there. What you could do is you go to River of Flame, kill Hephaestus, kill Pindleskin, right? Then teleport down the siege zone, kill Doc Farron. Teleport to the end of the siege zone, kill Shank. Teleport all the way up to the waypoint and kill Eldritch the Rectifier, and then teleport all the way to the end of Arid Plateau and kill Thresh Socket, which is a pretty nice little combo. And honestly, that should pretty much do it. If you farm those areas, you should be able to get yourself a pair of Marrowwalks. They're not super duper rare or anything. I think I remember I found like 2 or 3 of them when I first started Diablo 2 Resurrected. you know, because obviously I had to restart from everything from scratch. We literally found like 2 or 3 pairs, which was pretty cool. Well, a couple of them were only +1 skeleton mastery though, which wasn't the greatest. And of course, the plus strength and variable there is also something that you look for. So when you find one that's +20, I think my +1 skeleton masteries were +20 strength, and my +2 skeleton masteries were only 15, and I was kind of sad about that. Of course, if you're magic finding, you may want to go with a different pair of boots altogether. Maybe you want to go with, you know, like War Travelers or something like that. I don't know where my War Travelers are hiding. Oh, they are. Which, of course, have magic find. Now, the skeleton mastery is a pretty big buff, though. Let me take a look over here, and I want to show you what my skeleton mastery is right now. So I'm rocking level 45 with these boots, and my skeletons are doing a total of 718 to 722 damage. If I take off the boots, they go down to 703 to 706. Their HP goes down. Their general all around amazingness is going down. It also decreases the damage of my revives. It decreases the damage of my skeleton mages, which are getting buffed soon. So I might actually be testing and playing around with them again. You know, just in general, just not a good thing to lose +2 to skeleton mastery. And if you are a necromancer, it just makes sense to run Marrowwalks, unless you're magic finding. And in that case, maybe run some War Travelers instead. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're talking about a bone-prisony, life-tapping, skeleton mastery pair of boots, such as Marrowwalks. And as always, keep watching.